Hello.
In preparation for doing a painting of Athens, Greece, I took this photo from a rooftop from a hotel. And one of the important things in painting from a photo is to remind yourself all the time that the photo just happens to comprise everything that was in the field when you clicked. It doesn't necessarily mean that each and every one of these items needs to be part of this painting. I believe a painting is a way to simplify what we find beautiful in the landscape. So in order to simplify, I'm going to use my viewfinder and I'm going to find a passage in here that I think is attractive. And I think I'm going to use, I'll use this passage right here. I think I'll take this off the clipboard. And I think I'll use this passage right here. Yeah, so I'm looking at a square right now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sketchbook and I'm just going to make a preliminary sketch that shows what my idea is. And again, I'm looking at a square, so I'm going to make a square here. And I'm going to actually turn this upside down. And the reason I do that is so that I can let my brain take a rest and turn my eyes on. This will allow me to really pay attention to the shapes, to the darks, to the lights, and to get the feeling and the whole essence of the structure of this landscape. First thing I want to do is make a very basic division of the space. So this is about the area of the sky versus land. And I'm just going to make a few notations, visual notations about shapes. There's a little triangle right in the middle there. And here we have another shape. If I can just think about things in terms of darks, mediums, and lights, what I'll find is that when I do a deep squint, this whole area here, very, very, very dark. And I'm just going to start moving my pencil around, following where my eyes are going. Remember, the darkness right here is helping to establish the light that's next to it. It goes up to where this triangle is. And again, I'm letting go of any kind of narration that I have about what it is I'm looking at, or this is a building, or this is a tree, because that will free me up to really let my eyes do their work. Right now, this darkness feeds right into this shadow right here. There's that shadow, and it goes to the bottom there. And then this comes here. I'm looking at some midtones here as opposed to some darks here. So I'm using a very soft pencil also. I'm using a 7B pencil, which really allows me to push and get very, very, very dark. And if this was paint, I would be able to really find some variations in the direction of the brush strokes, the weight at which I apply the brush to the canvas. Right now, I'm trying to retain that white area there because this white area here is a building, and here's this white area here. I'm not calling it sunlight hitting a building because I'm trying to really let go of naming things. Change my pencil because it's getting kind of dull. The thing about these wonderful dark pencils is that that the graphite is very soft. What I'm finding is that I'm further over than I thought I was, so I think I might have to extend, or this is the time where I can actually decide, well, you know what, I'm gonna make it smaller ratio. So this is now not in my painting, and this is not in my painting. Remember, this is a time to explore the division of the space and the ratio of these shapes. Here, I'm looking right here now. This interesting shape here, an interesting light and dark right here, and some unexplainable lines that go this way and this way, all working toward the development of the composition, the overall composition. And here's this area here, right here. Eventually there's a mid-tone that will turn blue. Right now it's just dark and light. And then I'm going to very, very, very dark area here, and some sharp edges. I know eventually, see this structure here was even a little further over. Well, you know what? It's landed where it's landed in my drawing, and that's where I'm going to keep it, because I'm trying to understand if I can find the essence of this whole landscape. I'm going to turn it right side up now, and I'm going to see if I have succeeded in getting the feeling of this Athens landscape. And now that I can see, now I know that this is the top of that building, so I'm going to really work on the structure more. And then I can see that this whole area here is made up of even further divisions, lines, there are poles. But as you can see, the product becomes the simplification. I love Hans Hofmann's quote that says, "The ability to simplify means to eliminate the unnecessary so that the necessary may speak." And here I find that the necessary are these large masses that I have found.